Okay, so we have completed our inspection of the abdomen. The second step is going to be auscultating your bowel sounds. So the purpose of this is to assess for a pattern of bowel sounds. And so what are bowel sounds? They are going to be the movement of food, fluids, and gases through the intestines. So let's say your patient has an NG tube. What actions are you going to do? First, you will turn off the suction, or you will pinch the tube prior to auscultating. So assessment steps. We are going to auscultate the sounds with your diaphragm or your bell. With your diaphragm. And we are going to start in what quadrant? In the right lower quadrant at the ileocecal valve. And why do we start here? Because bowel sounds are usually always present here. So let's say that we don't hear any bowel sounds and we need to document this. How long are we going to listen before we do this documentation? 3 to 5 minutes. So, after we have listened, we are going to note the quality, characteristics, and frequency of the bowel sounds. We have normal sounds, hyperactive sounds, hypoactive sounds, and absent sounds. Once we listen to one quadrant, we are going to listen to all 4 quadrants. So you can start at your right lower quadrant, move up to your right upper quadrant, then your left upper quadrant, then your left lower quadrant. I think I did that. I have that down wrong. No, that's correct. Okay. So what is going to be a normal sound? So we know that bowel sounds have an irregular pattern. So per minute, we are going to look for clicks or gurgles. And how many of them? So that is going to be 5 to 34 clicks or gurgles. So a normal sound is something that we call borbogymus. And this is going to be quiet or loud. This is going to be a loud gurgling or rumbling sound. And what are we hearing? Well, it's going to be the movement of gas through the intestines. Now we have hyperactive sounds. So this is a lot of sounds. These are going to be soft or loud. These are going to be loud sounds, and they are going to be high-pitched sounds. So they're going to be very loud, very high-pitched. What patients are we going to find this in? Well, we are going to find it with patients with diarrhea, if they're using laxatives, if they have gastroenteritis, or if they have an early intestinal obstruction. This may indicate increased peristalsis or an early bowel obstruction, like we just said. Then we have hypoactive sounds. So these are going to be slow, decreased sounds, and they are going to be soft and irregular. Who do we hear these sounds in? These are going to be patients with constipation, obstruction, or they could be side effects of medications. And this is going to indicate peristalsis to constipation. Now, what if we have absent sounds? This means that no sounds are heard. This may indicate, we learned about this may indicate a paralytic ileus after surgery, bowel obstruction, or this may indicate a paralytic ileus after surgery. It could indicate a bowel obstruction, or it could indicate peritonitis, which will be inflammation of your peritoneum. So, no bowel sounds could indicate constipation, bowel obstruction, paralytic ileum, which is no peristalsis movement.